Well, when two politicians get together and they make a deal that I'll make you look good and you'll make me look good, that serves each of their political interests, but it may have nothing at all to do with economic reality. And the economic reality of this is basically not very much. What I want you to do is imagine a plate, maybe it's your dinner. It's got a big steak on it. Maybe it's got a big potato on it as well, and you've got a side of peas there. This trade deal might be one of those peas. That's it. It's very, very small. Basically what we have is the United States has levied a 10% tariff on every country around the world, including Australia and including Britain, and it didn't budge. Beyond that, you've got a few very small carve-outs for individual industries, but there's really nothing here to pay much attention to at all, beyond noticing that it looks like there's not much to be gained from doing a deal with the president.
So would you be saying that the influence on both the countries from this trade deal would be minimal?
Oh, it'll have no effect whatsoever on the American economy. The United Kingdom is our 11th biggest trading partner, there being, as I'm part-time American. The United Kingdom accounts for 3% of America's trade. And even before all of this started, the average tariff rate that the United Kingdom charged its trading partners was 1%. So even if it gave up everything, it would have been 3% of America's trade has a tariff rate declined by 1%. So you can see that's pretty small. That's why it's the P on the plate. In reality, it's keeping a lot of its tariffs. And so maybe it's got the tariff rate from the United Kingdom down from 1% to 0.8%. There's really not much here.
So what do you think this means in terms of other nations, including Australia, when they're trying to carve out trade deals of their own?
Yeah, I think it has very, very big implications for the rest of the world. So on Liberation Day, the president put forth two sets of tariffs. The first was an across-the-board 10% tariff on every country. And then there were so-called reciprocal tariffs, which are, I think, what really shocked people and shocked the market and have caused so much recession talk. The pause was the president taking a 90-day pause only on the reciprocal tariffs. So Australia, like the United Kingdom and like every other country in the world except Canada and Mexico, is paying there is a 10% tariff on buying stuff from Australia. The president didn't budge on that. So what you've really learned today is that 10% is here to stay. So, what this says is the United States is now going to be a high tariff country for as far as the eye can see, at least to the next election. That's every country and every industry. The parts of this the media are focused on is the uninteresting part, which is one country and a small number of industries get a carve out. But really, the walls have gone up around the United States. Our average tariff rate now is going to be 5 or 10 times larger than that of most of our trading partners.
Okay, so the US and China will be holding talks on the weekend. What do you think will come out of that?
Really impossible to know. Did you just ask me to try and predict what Donald Trump's going to do?
In terms of trade.
But that's where he's most unpredictable. Remember, he began by going after Canada. Who dislikes Canada? And then it ends up Canada gets the best deal they can. Look, let me take your question seriously. There is virtually an embargo between the two countries. When we've got 145% tariff, they've got 125% tariff. There's no ships going back and forward between those two countries. That's unsustainable. It's incredibly painful. It's painful for the American people. It's painful for the Chinese. So there's an incredible incentive to get a deal done. The problem is that the politics of this got mixed up and got weird. President Trump imposed these 145% tariffs in a bid to bring the Chinese to the bargaining table, but actually has not spoken to China's President Xi through his entire presidency, refuses to pick up the phone. He's sort of like the 14-year-old version of me. There was some girl I wanted to call. I didn't have the courage to call. I sat by the phone. Nothing ever happened, and we never formed that productive and beautiful relationship we could have formed.
Okay, Justin, thanks for your analysis there.
A pleasure.